All right, so I got a notification from my Amazon account today, and they said that your proofs of your book have finally arrived. I ordered 2. Let's have a look, shall we? My trusty Swiss Army knife, always a good thing to have when opening books. All right, let's have a look inside this. Oh, they put a band on here so that I can't sell it or anything like that. Okay, well, so if I'm gonna give these away, I guess I'm gonna have to order the real one. That is a pretty good looking book. Look at that. Now this is not both, obviously this is not both volumes, this is just volume 1, but that is a pretty good looking book. I was able to design this myself. There's the little logo that I came up with. Why is there a deer logo? This is a little mystery that I can solve pretty quickly here. I played with a lot of different images, thinking, okay, what do I want to use as like my personal logo for my books, my self-publishing. And I'm from Oregon. We have a lot of deer. My grandparents actually lived in the forest when I was a kid, so I would go into the forest and we would see deer all the time. And I played with a lot of different logos. I liked a lot of different ones, but this is the one that sort of unanimously the favorite by myself and the various people I was showing, my friends and stuff. So yeah, that's my face, so everybody knows whose book it is. I am in fact a straight white Christian male, or at least that's what I tell everybody. And yeah, collection of short stories. So if you like short stories, this is a good book for you. Let's have a look on the inside here. Straight White Christian Man, Volume 1. Book of Short Stories by Christopher Patrick Coles. That's me. Ha 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 ha. Table of contents. Looking pretty good. Let's see here. Let's go in. I had a foreword written by my writing partner. Normally you have like a famous person do that, but I thought my writing partner deserved to have his words in here since he helped with almost every story in here. Leisure Games. I wrote the number of pages under the title of each story just so that you could determine which one you wanted to read first. And you could obviously kind of do a little calculation here if you want to figure that out ahead of time. But then if you go to that page and figure out, well, obviously the forward's 2 pages. If you go to that page, you can figure out how, maybe kind of vaguely how long it's going to take you to read it. So if we go to page like 19 here, we get to the next story, Price of a Toy Plane. This is a real quick one. This is 5 pages. I'm actually going to do a reading and post it on my YouTube channel of this first story, so people get a chance to get a little taste of this. Let's see here. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. I'm sure it's full of typos. I don't have an editor. I just did all the editing myself. See, so this is the final story. It's a sort of a bonus story, and it's got a to be continued. All the rest of the stories have the end. Nerds versus the Forces of Darkness, Part 1. So this is my epilogue where I just kind of discuss what was in the book and that kind of stuff. And all right, so I've ordered the other 2. For whatever reason, Volume 2 wasn't available at the same time Volume 1 was. So those are on their way. But yeah, I couldn't be happier with this. Is beautiful. They didn't tell me that it was going to have this stripe on it. Otherwise, I would have. I'm glad I only ordered 2 because I was going to order a whole bunch. You can order 5 at a time. But now I'll just order the real ones, and then I'll send those out to people. So these are mine, I guess. I'm not going to give this to anybody, because that's ugly. But yeah, so that's that. I did want to go through one more thing. So currently, everybody who is currently a patron of mine on Patreon, I would like to send one of these books, right? So I'm going to order a whole bunch of them, the paperback versions, and I want to actually mail it to my patrons in the actual post. So if you're one of my patrons on Patreon, please send me your physical address. I'll be emailing you all personally, and I'm going to package all these up, and I'm going to send you signed copies. I don't know if my signature's worth anything, but people like that sort of thing. So I want to send signed copies to all my patrons. When I first got Patreon, I thought it was kind of a weird thing. I just thought, well, let's see how this works. Maybe this can help pay for the videos that I'm making on my channel. And it was, to me, it was like kind of overwhelming. It's hard to explain the feeling when you get somebody sending you money just for making the creative content that you want to make. and it was really overwhelming. My first ever patron was Eric Morgan, and he gave me $1 per month. And you might think, well, it's just $1 a month, but to me, that was incredible. I just felt immediately like I owe this guy a debt of gratitude. And I immediately started thinking, how do I repay this person for being so generous, right? Because I don't know his circumstances. You know, to me, this was a hugely generous thing to do. And he was right off. He was right from the beginning. He was the very first person. And after I got this book, you know, self-published on Amazon, it occurred to me I could send him, you know, the physical printed copy of the book. And I thought, you know, I'm going to do this with all the patrons that I have here, right? It's going to cost me quite a bit of money to do it, but it's just to me, it's an important thing to do because I'm so grateful to these early patrons, you know, even though my channel is sort of in its infancy. And I'll just list off all my awesome people right now. Eric Morgan, Jason Quintana, Tony Mueller, Jan Weiss, Weston Southern, Jordan Wood, Annie G, I think is her name, Mike Miley, John Martin, Anton Cabret, Mike Stroberg, Jennifer Diaz, Karen Woodson, Christopher Palak, David Kubler, Dwan O. Benson, who I met basically through this, and now I talk to like twice a week probably, Carrie Lush, and Rose. Rose's name, I don't know Rose's last name, but you know, what a bunch of good people, just seriously good people. I don't even understand that. That doesn't even really make sense in my mind, but I'm so unbelievably grateful. And so it is for this reason, my gratitude, that I want to send all these people this book. And I don't know if they care. I don't know if any of them care about getting a book of short stories. But to me, this is like one of my favorite things I've ever done, this book of short stories. And you know, I want to share it with some of the people who I'm utterly grateful to. I'm going to do a reading of the first chapter soon, just to give everybody an idea of what's in the book, and I just thought that might be fun. So check out my book. Thanks to all my subscribers and everybody who's bought a book so far. I hope you guys love it, and to everybody who subscribes to my channel, you know, thank you. The bigger I build this channel, the more positively I think about the world. All right, thanks so much.